6 months ago. And this is me now. And it's all thanks. I'm thinking what this fool about, dude. She talking about shh. Well, yeah, I haven't given my wife a kid. I should tell you I can pull. What is he talking about, bro? Yeah, the last time I call you a snitch. 5 years later, still trying to be a big rules. Real
Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's Green Day from the
that whole round, this whole snap was fronted. I call you a snap. Now I'm looking at your back or something. You're right, sometimes I tap in and out of my Christianity. That's kind of whack in front of you. But she said you can't rebuttal death.
It's
The
the
last time I
Green
checked,
Bay
Jesus died and
Packers
came back with
taking
something.
on the Kansas City Chiefs. Historic Lambeau Field. Finley butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got a weekend matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Green Bay Packers.
I got a rattle. I heard something about Master P, but last time I checked, your Master
Along with
was P.
Charles
That's how you got
Davis,
your
I'm
P.
Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we interplay here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row. And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason. And that can take you deep into January. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory.
My bad, y'all. My phone just got a notification. You know how that go. It be screen time. Next thing I know, I'm not even rapping my second round. I'm on YouTube in a rabbit hole doing a deep dive. Yeah. All right, get back to your second round, boy. I'll be at home like, oh, is that my dog barking? Hold on, if I don't let her out, she cries. I go upstairs in the kitchen like, I get a drink, soda, tea, or some cheap wine. Oh, that reminds me. I got a call. I said that no rewind. Back to the second round, boy. Focus is actually my biggest opponent. Like, I get distracted so much, I can't even write 3 lines. But my ADHD just means that I can literally sleep on coffee and still be fine. I am deep.
Would never challenge in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Looking closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And leading them out, their signal caller. Now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I guess you have to nickname him the thrower, or something like that last week. I mean, man, you got about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him.
So she wouldn't starve in the street. And that makes sense that you wanted to be a nut. You are what you
Hey, don't forget us. And he probably just got listening. Want to get involved? Go out. You go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Came out and said they smashed this. We heard the stories about New Jersey twerk and how they were strapped in. Then old boy from the bullpen said she tried to bend over in front of him and take it past friends.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here in extra point. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
It's a little bit enlightening talking to the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
So a lot of times when you get a man in a third down situation like this, think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
Never sell me a house in your life.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 18 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's #1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because your defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And only a couple there as they'll take this up to the 47. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. 11 yards for number 11. You got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Gets this one to Morris. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throw right side, pointing by Mayer. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 more there and another 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Over the middle, and Mayer hauls it in. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Let's go into the air on the opening drive. They'll look to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field, having one of their better...
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
You know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses who have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much there at all as they'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll bring a receiver in motion late. 2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Jefferson moving in motion left. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The Chiefs at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to play. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
He's trying to get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's 3rd down. Now look at this Packers defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
He's got a first down. That's his first catch. Remember, he's the NFL leader in that category at the midway point.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
I'll explain to you what I did when I was younger. You can hear the story. We're going to get the show. My brother was the plug, right? He was the one that was back. I was the one that didn't have a house around. I was getting sad. So when you talk about superstition,
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
Straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Jefferson moving in motion left.
It brings up the young coffee brand, who was a youth leader and a police.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So it looks like they're scratching fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. They'll get only 3 there, so it leads them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive backer, too, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel sub packages, don't they?
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Gonna make a light bulb show you not a failure. I promise you can rock with me. If it's good coffee, just be understanding.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
Packs of powder, and your life can change in an instant. Call me, I know this will cost me. But you had a full ride scholarship to be a
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. They're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out, something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He just got to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Nice little juke. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
He's going to be mad that he hurt. Put DK in his mouth. They're giving him a cavity search. I have your body missing. They use a team to do a cavity search. I could get you robbed in my Segway war.
From the 20, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run with their fullback. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. The big fella. And they will be set out now as he brings us in all the way back inside the 20. So the turnover forced and a wonderful drop on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help them get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
Or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's 2nd and 8. To the right side, here's Mayer. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
We ain't seen no Christian battle leagues, no Christian events.
throw. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
He's a hypocrite. You need to stop. I admit it. I swallow crack and rosaries. But I know that Jesus rocks. I was selling
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
With hell and high water coming in. That's all I can get it. I'm going to turn this into
Jacobs
action on your ass.
is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That's what I said.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. George Karlaftis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's trying to stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. If you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3. Jefferson going to go in motion right. A run by Pacheco on second down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
We got to get at least 50 yards with him.
Here's Pacheco once again.
Good job.
Good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
How many is
He's
it?
going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's
That's
brought
a
down.
touchdown, bro.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
What?
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game, a costly one as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over in back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mahomes to throw on second down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Justin Jefferson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 10-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit.
Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. No problem there on the extra point. And we are even at 10 apiece. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not
right?
apologizing to you.
No.
Okay.
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Mahomes. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball goes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progression. Ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw again. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 29, here's a 2nd and 4. McCaffrey running up the middle. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Jefferson moving in motion left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I give my life to you.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no
Fucking
options.
tight end, man. Can't carry no separation. 10-17 squad, nigga.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Come on, man. Give me some help. Give me some help.
Mahomes now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance now to get even before the break. As
all right, Pacheco, you get 10 carries now. So we even.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Bro, we ain't got an interception.
Certainly not at a premium here. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
That's a bit.
Off here complete. Not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He dumps off to Morris. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Here's Freiermuth again. Now we're signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really...
Oh, Rice was open.
It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with a third down.
Good job.
He's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. 14 yards that time for number 14. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he is met in his
Man, look at that negative yardage, dude.
yards, the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Now Mahomes.
What about?
And they have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers. If the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
Come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An conversion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
I already know what's going to happen.
Back to throw here.
See what I'm saying, bro?
It's going to be caught downfield by Reed.
Oh, my God. You're too slow. I got to put somebody else right here.
Figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Oh, what a move. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. T.J. Watt charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position.
Well, we needed that sack.
So far this drive, putting something
we needed that sack, boy.
But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out.
Yeah.
And this
we
is
even.
Not going to be close. It's well short, well run.
We even.
And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Again, it's Pacheco. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wound up picking up positive yardage.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Butker now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try
Again, aggressive.
again? I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And past the 35.
Get down on him.
Too shy of the 30.
Get down on him.
First down this time on a gain of 19.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Oh my, I gotta go update something, bro.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This is Morris. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Kansas City's offense now set ready to go. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. first down, Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the Packers
took you forever to get over.
Lucas Van Ness. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That was a close one.
It certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
From the 23, here's second and 6. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Now Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves,
hanging in this motherfucker,
who's going to
man.
make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this?
Damn, that was a good ass.
They're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jacobs going to try the middle. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Looking middle, and that's now a loose foot.
There we go. The ball! Oh my God! What the fuck is going on, bro?
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. That is caught. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Packers.
Shit, man.
Michael Mayer, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied in the 4th quarter. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And out come the Chiefs now. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
That's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back,
I gotta get this dude over 100
yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jefferson moving in motion left. On first down, this is McCaffrey. On a nice burst there as he'll take
100 yards.
inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Mahomes now on first down. Complete. Jefferson to target. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Mahomes will throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Packers are going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Pacheco. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here now, 2nd and goal. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And he will take it out for a Chiefs touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chiefs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. So the Packers down by 7, a minute 14 to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. He has Mayer complete. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their...
They told me to bust out my AP. Perfect timing.
It's Brian Branch with it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties. You're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is. Ends up throwing the interception.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play on this ball game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Kansas City, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.
Yeah, we probably gonna play them in a Super Bowl straight up. Damn, Cam, you ain't doing shit, bro. Oh, Justin got a touchdown. I can live with that. We don't even talk anymore. No, I ain't build you up to church. You stand. You crazy. You think I'm gonna get rid of you? You gotta rest, bro. What y'all want? Sup, ladies? Take the cord off, baby. Look what you did. stop that bitch. Quiet, babe. Y'all gotta show some respect, man, when you up in here. Can't be biting on my cords. Check these stats. Damn! Oh no, I gotta go crazy with Justin Jefferson. Stop. Damn, Rice. Second and touchdown.